Hello everyone and welcome back to my Let's Play World of Warcraft series. We're here with Cloak and Pork, my combat rogue, sitting here at level 95. Managed to get up a few levels. We've now finished with Shadow Moon and we're into Gorgrond now. I just thought a bit of different scenery and stuff just for each video until I cap at 100. I will be showing you some raid footage and stuff once we get there, so got plenty of good stuff to look forward to. But what I was thinking about doing today is just replying to some of my comments from my last video, just seeing if any of you agree with them, and just to know that I do read my comments and everything. I do take into account what you say, and your support's been really good on my last video, so thanks very much. I really appreciate it. So Comp Nerd 25 has commented this. I do think it's a secret nerf to Blackrock Foundry, though the reason making BRF more rewarding after high malt sounds plausible too. I think it's a bit of both. A lot of guilds get stuck on progression and collapse. Maybe this will help those guilds. Well, that's a pretty good comment, to be honest. I do agree that with with Blizzard kind of nerfing it in some aspects, but I don't know if they've given it enough time for people to maybe give it a few more tries. I know it's been a few weeks and stuff, but if you actually went back to the older times when the game was new, it actually took people a lot longer to actually kill bosses and such and get things down. So I don't know if they're being a bit hasty or if it's needed, but I kind of agree with what you're saying, but it is a plausible reason too, because it didn't actually make sense for guilds to actually go apart from the tier pieces, of course. Didn't actually make sense for guilds to go from heroic high mall back into Blackrock Foundry normal, which is a bit of a shame really, because obviously with LFR being the poor state that it's in at the minute, it's a breeze. It doesn't show you any of the fight really, because you can ignore the majority of the mechanics. So you're not actually getting a first look at anything. So for people to jump straight into heroic, and then I could see people getting frustrated at maybe wiping a few times and thinking, oh, this isn't what we want, and start replacing people, start jumping off at the deep end really, instead of giving it a bit of time. But I can understand people's frustrations at that. So if 5 item levels helps, then possibly if you're stuck on progression and you've been sticking at it and you've stuck with your team and everything, and I do agree that maybe it could help a few guilds just push you over the boundary to actually getting the bosses down. So that's all good stuff. And then I got another comment from Carme Heals. It's a nerf to Blackrock in my opinion. Let's look at some stats here for BRF. There's a link in my channel if you want to go and have a look at it. It is really interesting just to look at, so I'd recommend that. He says, looking at the end bosses for heroic mode, starting with Iron Maidens, the wipe to kill ratio is at 90% wipes. That is pretty high, to be honest. Obviously, just looking at them numbers, but Blackrock, the final boss, is at 98% wipes, and Blast Furnace is at 95% wipes. I can understand just looking at those numbers that, yeah, maybe the extra 5 item levels and stuff is going to help guilds. But I remember back in a time when you had to do class stacking and stuff to actually get bosses down. I don't actually think that's the problem now, which is a good thing, because at the end of the day, you want to be able to play whatever class and still be able to get bosses down. Obviously, there's optimal ways to play, but in theory, why shouldn't every class be viable to be able to get bosses down, instead of you needing to pick certain classes and they're way stronger than anybody else? I know it's a game and everything can't be perfect, and yeah, sometimes the balance is a bit hard to weigh up and everything, but I don't see why don't understand quite why the wipe percentage is so high. Maybe Blizzard overtuned it. It was just, we don't know. But I haven't actually got to them bosses on heroic yet, so I can't really comment on that. But when I do, I'll make a video on it, and maybe I can go into depth on it a bit further. Obviously, it's going to be after the buff, so I'll be able to give because obviously these are only my opinions. It's not fact. I'm not claiming to be like some absolutely amazing player that knows everything about the game, because I don't really. I know a few bits, but that's about it. That's as far as my knowledge pool goes. But I'm willing to learn and actually make my knowledge of the game a lot deeper, because that's a good thing about World of Warcraft. There's you don't realize how deep the game can actually go. Um, if you want to take it to that level, um, that's why I think it's so interesting, and that's why I think it's been going for for as long as it has, and it's still really strong with a good player base and everything. It's because the content is good and it's fun to play. It's always fun to learn and stuff. I think some people get too carried away with they think that every boss should go down straight away. That's not the idea of progression raiding. You've got to have that willingness to learn to get the bosses down, and be able to take criticism. If you're doing something wrong and somebody says something to you, don't take it to heart. Just compose yourself. Think, right, he's not saying it. Nobody's saying anything to be nasty. They're just giving you advice, and you've got to try and look at it in that way. Don't ever feel like or they're just blaming me, or it's not that. You've Sometimes you just got to take it on your shoulders and think, right, maybe I am doing something wrong. Maybe there is something I can do better to enhance my performance to make us more successful. Because at the end of the day, it's not one person in this game that gets a boss down. It's the whole team. So if everybody tries the very best to do the best that they can do, and they take the time to learn and everything, then if you're wiping stuff, you wipe. But at least you know that you've put 100% in and you've tried. Like, there's no good getting angry and frustrated, and when you will know personally if you've tried your best. You will. And if you're one of them players that rages at everybody when you're making mistakes yourself, then you're wrong. You just need to, sometimes, you just need to take a step back, breathe, compose yourself, and just have a think, is there anything more I could be doing? Am I am I being slack on my interrupts? Am I not timing my DPS cooldowns right? Am I popping my defensive cooldowns at the right time? Is there any abilities that I have that could help the healers out, maybe reduce damage, like with Rogue using smoke bomb and things like that? Is there anything that I'm not doing that could enhance what's happening in the raid? Um, you've got to try and look at it like that, and just see it as a challenge. Rise to the challenge. Don't be afraid of not of wiping and things like that, because it's gonna happen. You just need to compose yourself and just have a good think, and just try it again. And eventually you'll get the boss down. It's like anything, it's like a learning curve, and then once you've got the boss down once, you can remember what you did last time, and just try and mimic it until you eventually get it on farm, and that's what it's all about. So yeah. Anyway, that's enough for raiding. But thank you very much for your comments and stuff. I really do appreciate your support. It's been really good. So thanks a lot. Now we'll get on to onto my thoughts on my rogue. To be honest, I play Hunter as my main raiding class at the minute, but I thought I give Rogue a try and give it a level, and see what I think of it. And to be honest, I'm having so much fun. It really is good fun. I can't wait to see what I can do in raids with it, and I'll be showing you footage of it. I think it's a very well balanced class in WoD. To be honest, I've seen other people videos with their rogues and stuff, and they are a very solid class, and I'd recommend it to anybody that wants to give a DPS class a try. Maybe you're going a bit stale with one of your classes, just for a bit of fun. Why not give it a shot? All three classes are viable as well, which is really good. When you're looking at a class to play, you want to see if any of the classes are not quite viable. If there's one class that's particularly weak, um, sometimes you can get that, but it, obviously it's just part and part of the game. No class can be absolutely perfect, but it's all about having, what do you find fun? That's what you need to aim for. What are you finding fun? And then when you find that, then you'll enjoy the game a lot more. You don't have to be perfect. You don't have to play it perfectly straight away. But if you're willing to learn and everything, then there's no reason why you can't be a very good player. There's no reason at all. Like, obviously, some people are more naturally gifted than others, but if you work hard at something, anybody can achieve anything they want to. And you need to think of it like that. See it as a challenge, and you try and rise to that challenge. So all I've got to say is thank you very much for watching my video. Please subscribe, like, and comment. I really do appreciate your support. And I'll be releasing another video tomorrow. And I'm also thinking, guys, about doing Dragon Age Inquisition alongside my World of Warcraft series. I'd like to hear your thoughts on it. Please give any thoughts that you think. Tell me what you want to see. Do you want me to quickly cap my rogue and show you some raid footage, or do you want me to just do it like I did now, but go to Talador, then go to Spires of Iraq and go to Nagrand, so I show each zone a little bit of each zone. If you want me to go more in depth with the questing zones and stuff, you let me know, guys. I want to do some good content for you. I want to do what you like and what you think will be really good. So thanks again for your time, and I'll see you later.